Let's take a look at example 3. An investor is considering the purchase of a houseboat, and the houseboat costs $140,000, and she expects that it will provide her with a rental income of $16,000 per year for the next 10 years. At that time, she figures that she'll be able to sell the boat for $30,000. At a cost of capital with an effective rate of 9.5%, will the investment be profitable for her? Well, first of all, what I'd like to do is begin with a time diagram. So let's just say the money out is simply at $140,000 today. So the boat costs her $140,000, and in return for that expense or that cost or outflow today, she's going to be getting rental income of $16,000 per year for the next 10 years. The rental income, we always note, is usually paid in advance. We don't rent something and then expect to get payment at the end of the month. The rent is paid in advance. So she's renting her boat out, and she's going to get $16,000 per year for the first year. So the rent is going to start today, and she's going to get $16,000 at the beginning of the second year and $16,000 at the beginning of the third year, and so on. So she's going to get $16,000 per year for 10 years, but the beginning of the 10th year is going to start at the end of the 9th, or $16,000. This is an annuity due, if you recall. So I'm going to wrap an annuity due bus around this. And I've got an annuity due where the payments are made at the beginning. So make sure that your calculator is set to BGN mode. It's an annuity due with N is equal to 10 payments. Now, this is her income, and I put the income on the top side of the time diagram and the outflow in the bottom. In addition to that, she figures that at the end of the 10 years, she'll be able to sell the boat for $30,000. So that means that that's another source of income for her. So $30,000 will be the income for her at the end of the 10th year. So in total, she's going to get a total of 10 times 16,000, which is $160,000, plus the $30,000 payment when she sells the boat. So that's 160 plus 30. That's a total of $190,000 in payments. But that's $190,000 in payments over time. And it certainly does not have the same value as $190,000 today. So on the face of things, it looks as though she might be making a $40,000 profit. That really is going to be affected by the interest rate that we use in our analysis. So if she has a cost of capital that has an effective rate of 9%, effective means that the interest rate is compounded annually. So we know that in our formulas, we're going to be using I/Y is equal to 9.5% or 9.5, and C/Y is equal to, in this case, it will be 1 as well, because the compounding period is annually. Not only that, if we're going to be using the BGN mode on our calculators and determining the present value of this annuity due, we also know that the number of payments in this annuity due are 10. So there are 10 annual payments of rent that are payable. So what we need to do is to determine and compare the present value of the money coming out and comparing it to the present value of the money coming in. So using the net present value method of this boat, let's figure out what this net present value of investing in this houseboat is going to be to her. We're going to consider the net present value of the income, and from that we're going to subtract the net present value of the outflow. And so what I'm showing you here is the present value of the rental income in the form of an annuity due, and I would substitute the 9.5% per year in the formula here, but I just show you the formula for the present value of an annuity due. And to that, I also need to add the present value of the money that she's going to make when she sells the boat at the end of the 10 years. So I need to remember to discount that over the 10-year time period. And I'm going to subtract from the two income streams, I'm going to subtract the present value of her outflow, or the cost of the boat. Actually, what I would really rather that you did is I would rather that you just computed the present value on your calculator for the annuity due, given that it's the beginning, payments are at the beginning of every period. So as we said earlier, IY is 9.5. 5, CY is equal to 1, PY is equal to 1, the PMT is equal to $16,000 and the number of payments is equal to 10. And what you should do is compute the present value for the first case and store that in memory 1. And in the second case, you're going to use IY is equal to 9.5, CY is equal to 1, PY is equal to 0. Change the payment to 0 because there are no payments when we sell the boat. And the future value is equal to $30,000, and you will compute CPT, compute the present value, and store that in memory 2. So you will get amounts of $110,004.54 plus the present value of the $30,000 price that she's going to get from the boat. That has a present value in today's dollars of $12,105.43, and that gives us a grand total. But we are going to subtract from that the $140,000 that it cost her to buy the boat today. So that gives us a grand total of $122,109.97. Subtract $140,000 today. So is the boat worthwhile to her as an investment? Let's just see what the difference is. The present value of the money in is $122,000 and the present value of the money out is $140,000. So this boat is a losing proposition with a net present value of negative $17,890.03. I'll just take that to the nearest dollar. So it's a losing proposition at an interest rate that is 9.5%. Of course, there may be other reasons for purchasing the boat. For example, she may not mind having a losing proposition because she's getting some income. And in essence, this boat is really costing her $17,890 if she gets some pleasure out of using it over the next 10 years. It's certainly not profitable at 9.5%. If she was happy perhaps with a lower rate of return, less than 9.5%, your conclusion might have been different. Another way that the conclusion might have been different is if the initial cost was a different amount. Say if the initial cost was less than $122,000, our conclusion would certainly have been different. And of course, if she raises the rent, perhaps instead, if she really wants to own the boat and get some money, if she raises the rent, instead of charging $16,000 per year for rent, maybe if she charged $17,000 or $18,000, again, that would impact the conclusion a little bit. So always consider all of these variables that come into the picture when you're doing a net present value analysis.